Hello students, welcome to All Force e-learning. So last class we have discussed Lami's theorem and we gone through proof of Lami's theorem also. To derive Lami's theorem we used sine rule in trigonometry. Already we discussed some examples in the last class. I will continue with some more examples of Lami's theorem. Lami's theorem. Once again I will explain what is Lami's theorem and after that I will go for examples. Here we are taking three forces acting on a particle. Due to the three forces, now this particle will be in equilibrium. Three forces, P force, Q force, R force. Three forces are from same point and the same plane. These are called concurrent and coplanar. Concurrent meaning is same plane, coplanar is from same point. Now R, P, Q, three forces, P opposite angle, P opposite angle, alpha, Q opposite angle, beta, R opposite angle, gamma. According to Lami's theorem, P by sine of opposite angle, sine alpha, Q by sine of opposite angle, sine beta, R by sine of opposite angle, sine gamma. This proof we did yesterday. Last class we did the proof of this. Now here I will go for explaining some more examples. See here. Support let it's a wire, it's something force and again it is another support. Here I am taking two, first wire, second wire. This is a force, something 3 newtons. Force in the first wire T1, force in the second wire T2. Now here suppose this angle theta, this theta may be 30, may be 60, may be 45, any angle. Now here this is the T1, this one. With respect to horizontal line, angle is theta. Now vector in 2D having two components. Horizontal component of vector is T1 cos theta, theta adjacent side cos. One more component T1 sin theta. Component of a vector always two sides of the vector. T1 is the vector, one component is this side, another component is that side. Always components are perpendicular to each other. Theta adjacent side T1 cos theta, another side is T1 sin theta. This resolution of vector we did in video 2 and video 3. You go through that and you can understand. So T1 we resolved into two components. Now here for our convenience I will write y1 here. What about this? T1 cos theta. What about this? T2 cos theta. These two equal, then we know that is in equilibrium. When we are applying Lami's theorem, always we should remember a point, particle it should be in equilibrium. When particle in equilibrium, then only we will apply this Lami's theorem. Otherwise we are not going to apply Lami's theorem. T1 resolved into two components, T1 cos theta, T2 sin theta. Horizontal forces T1 cos theta is equal to T2. Vertical forces T2 cos theta is equal to 3. horizontal force is balanced, vertical force is balanced. Now net force is 0. This method already we did, but I am solving this question by using Lami's theorem. I am not going to apply this method because already we solved some questions by using this concept. Now I will try to use concept of Lami's theorem. Here how many forces are there? P, Q, R. Here also 3 forces are there. How many? T1, T2, 3. Now dotted line 90. What about this angle? This is theta. This is 90 minus theta. Next, this is 90, this is 90. See, T1 by sine of opposite angle. T1, what is the sine of opposite angle? This is 2 to this 3, it is the 90. So I will draw one more diagram. T1, it's the 3 newtons and it is T2. See here, what is the angle? 90 plus 90 minus theta. 180 minus theta. What about this angle? 90 plus theta. What about angle between these two? It is 90 degrees. So this is the particle. Same thing, I have drawn one more diagram for better clarity. T1, sine of opposite angle. T2 by sine of opposite angle. Is equal to 3 newtons divided by sine of opposite angle. Now sine of 90 plus theta, second quadrant. Second quadrant sine value positive. For 90, 270 value sine will be changed as cos. T1 sine 90 value 1. T2 sine of 90 plus theta I will change as cos theta. 3 by sine of 180 minus theta. 180 minus second quadrant. In second quadrant sine positive. 180, 360 you will be getting sine as sine. Now sine theta. Here I have not given theta value in the question, but they will give you theta value, like already I told you. Theta may be 30, theta may be 60, theta may be 45. Whatever the value of theta, if you equate these two, you will get T1. If you equate these two, T2. Or if you equate any two, you will get the values of T1, T2. Understood my point? By taking theta value, we can solve the question and we can try to find T1, T2 values, and we can find ratio of T1 and T2 values. I think you understood that. What I did here, force by sine of opposite angle ratio equal according to Lami's theorem. That's what I did here. Shall I go for one example? Say we will see one more example. See, these are all the models already we solved in resolution of vectors. Once again we are doing the same models by using one more concept, Lami's theorem. Simple pendulum, it's like a bob, angle theta. Now the horizontal force applied F, weight suppose 100 newtons, let theta I will take as 60 degrees. Now this is tension in the wire. See here, this is 60. Two parallel lines, transversal line, pair of opposite angles equal. Here it is a 90. See here, I will write here, it's a bob, horizontal force F, vertical force 100, and now this is tension T. Now can we apply? This is 90 plus 60, 150, it's a 90. What about this remaining part? Total 360, 360 minus 240, total angle 360, this is 240. Now what is the angle now? So this is 120. Now you can apply Lami's theorem. Tension by sine of 90, force by sine of 120, 100 by sine of 150. Can I write that? Tension by sine of opposite, sine 90, force by sine of opposite angle, sine 120. Now 100 by sine 150 degrees. Now here we know the values of sine 120, we know the values of sine 150. Sine 120 value, sine of 180 minus 60, 180 minus 60, 120. Second quadrant, sine positive. Sine of 180 minus 60 value, sine 60. What is sine 60 value? Root 3 by 2. Coming to sine 150 degrees value, sine of 180 minus 30, same thing, 180 second quadrant, sine positive. Sine of 180 minus 30 value, sine 30, its value 1 by 2. These two values I am going to substitute in this equation. T by sine 91, F by sine 120, root 3 by 2. Now 100 by sine 150, 1 by 2. Now T is equal to F by root 3 by 2 is equal to, this is 200. Now what is the tension? Tension in the wire is 200 newtons. Tension in the wire is 200 newtons. Now F is root 3 by 2 into 200. Horizontal force is 200 into root 3 by 2, that is 100 root 3 newtons. So here they may ask you tension in the wire, or maybe they will ask you horizontal force applied on the bob of a simple pendulum. What I did here, simple, I applied Lami's theorem. You know the statement and proof of Lami's theorem that I applied. Force by sine of opposite angle, force by sine of opposite angle, force by sine of opposite angle. When we have three forces and object in equilibrium, then we should go for applying Lami's theorem. I think you understand some examples of Lami's theorem. See one more. See, this is the branch of tree. See, boy, he is playing on tree. It is one of the horizontal branch of a tree. Now he is playing, it is the hand of boy, it is also hand of the boy, like this. This is a rod, like a beam, one hand, another hand. So this is the left hand, this is the right hand. So two hands hanging. Now he is playing here. Now here tension T, tension T. This hand, both are of same kind of materials. Then tension in the two hands is same. Now weight of the boy mg. Here weight of the boy mg. This is a T, this is the T. Now here let this is theta, this also theta. It's a bisecting line, theta, theta. Now horizontal line. What about this? Total without help of horizontal line, this side I can write 180 minus theta. Is it right? Total 180. Theta gone, it's a 180 minus theta. What about this? This also 180 minus theta. Now can I use Lami's theorem? Because we have three forces, T, T, mg. T by sine of opposite angle. 180 minus theta. Now here, this is mg divided by sine 2 theta. Once again, t by sine of opposite angle. Mg by sine of opposite angle. What is the opposite angle to mg? 2 theta. T sine of 180 minus theta second quadrant, and it will be sine theta. Mg sine 2 theta value is 2 sine theta cos theta, because sine of a plus b value is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Sine of a plus b equation. Now sine of theta plus theta, a value theta, b value also theta. Now sine a value theta, b value theta, cos theta, cos theta, sine theta. Now the answer 2 sine theta cos theta. Sine 2 theta value I can replace with 2 sine theta cos theta because it is of the form of sine of a plus b form, and final answer is 2 sine theta cos theta. Now sine cancelled out. Now t is equal to mg by 2 cos theta. Now what maximum tension this hand of the boy will be bared? What maximum tension he can bear? If it want to maximum, denominator should be minimum. When this denominator is minimum, tension will be maximum. In the question, they will give you theta values, ABCD options. According to ABCD options, the theta value which is giving lesser denominator, then tension will be maximum. Don't forget it. It's a options verifying method. In options, which option is suitable, we should verify here. Theta substitute for all the options. Denominator is minimum for one of the theta value, then tension will be maximum. According to the given conditions, we should tell that which is giving maximum tension in the hand of the boy. What I did here, boy is playing by hanging on the horizontal branch of the tree. Left hand, right hand both are of same kind of materials, tension same. Weight of the boy mg. Let it is theta, it is a theta. Bisecting line, theta, theta. Now this is theta, this is 180 minus theta. This is theta, this is also 180 minus theta. T by sine of opposite angle, mg by sine of opposite angle. Sine 2 theta value, 2 sine theta cos theta. Sine theta cancelled out, left side, right side. Now the final answer I got t equal mg by 2 cos theta. When t value maximum, denominator should be minimum. For getting minimum value, 2 constant. Now who is going to give minimum value? Cos theta will decide the minimum value of denominator. I think you understand this example also. Now see here. Here given a bar plus b bar plus c bar equal to 0. What's the meaning of a bar plus b bar plus c bar is equal to 0? Polygon law of vectors. He is not telling directly, but by seeing the equation we can understand there is a polygon law of vectors. What is the polygon law of vectors? A, B, C of same kind of vectors, those are in the same plane. The total resultant of all the vectors is 0. Last class we have proved it. Why it will be 0? Now some more points given. It's going to form a triangle. Now this is a bar, this is b bar, this is c bar. See this, a bar plus b bar plus c bar, completing polygon with 3 sides. Total sum of 3 vectors is 0. A bar plus b bar plus c bar is equal to 0. And he given some information in the question. 2 vectors are equal length. Third vector is root 2 times one of the either. So A bar magnitude, B bar magnitude same, he told in the question, I don't know, he given in the question. This vector magnitude same, length of the vector x, length of the vector x, both are having same length xx. Now he given magnitude of third vector is root 2 times any one of the vector magnitude. Now they are asking to calculate angle between A bar and B bar, angle between B bar and C bar, and angle between A bar and C bar. Find angle between A bar and B bar, B bar and C bar, and angle between C bar and A bar. How to find angle between any of the two? Between these two angle, between these two angle, and between these two angle. How to find angle between two vectors? When you want to observe angle between two vectors, join the two tails of the vectors and try to calculate the angle, that is the angle between two vectors. Now again, so I am trying to use Lami's theorem. Without using Lami's theorem also we can solve it, but our logic is we should apply Lami's theorem. By using Lami's theorem, how we are going to solve this question, we are seeing that. Now see here, see this length is x, this length is x. Just I am observing magnitude x, x, this is root 2x. I am not observing direction, here I am observing only magnitude. How much? X, x, triangle, x, x, two sides equal. Now x opposite angle, these two equal. These two equal angles. These two sides equal, these two angles equal. X opposite angle, x opposite angle. Now what about this one? 180 minus 2 alpha, this angle. Now I will do one thing. See this. Now I will write here angles. This is alpha, this is alpha, this is 180 minus 2 alpha. Is right? I will solve the question. Now see here, what is exactly Lami's theorem? See three vectors. This is A, this is, so instead of solving this directly I can see there, because see A by sine of alpha, A by sine of alpha, C by 180 minus 2 alpha, B by sine alpha. Can I write there? A by sine alpha, B by sine alpha, C by 180 minus alpha. It's a parallelogram of vectors. Force by sine of opposite angle, force by sine of opposite angle, force by sine of opposite angles. What is this? X. So x by sine alpha, this is root 2x by 180 minus 2 alpha, you will get alpha value. Understood my point? Here directly we are getting alpha value by taking here Lami's theorem. Vector by sine of opposite angle, vector by sine of opposite angle. Now without that also I can write directly angle. No need of all this Lami's theorem and all, direct. How can you do that? Two sides equal according to the given question. X, x. Now what about this? 90 degrees. According to Pythagoras law, side square plus side square is hypotenuse square. Is this is root 2x? X. X root 2x. Now this is 90. So these two angles equal 45, 45. Now see this is the vector. It's a vector. See two tails. What's the angle between these two? 90. Angle between these two 90. See here. This is a vector now going up. Going up. It's a vector. It's a 45. What about this? 135. Next this one. C bar. This one. It's a 45. What about this? 135. Total 180. So angle between these two 90. Angle between these two 135 and angle between these two is 135. Angle between these two is 90. Angle between these two is 135 and angle between these two is 135. Without using Lami's theorem, it's a too simple. Only thing is you should identify that x root 2x. Now, when you will get root 2x, 100% these two should be perpendicular. So, two tails joined. Now, angle 90. Two tails joined, angle 135. Two tails joined, angle 135. The final answer is 90, 135, 135. Here 90, here 135, here 135. I think you understood how I am going to apply Lami's theorem in different examples. Now, we will go for next concept. Before going to next concept, I will try to tell you what we did. Vector operations. Vector operations are of two categories. One is addition or subtraction, and the one multiplication of vectors. Addition or subtraction we completed. According to triangle law, polygon law vectors or parallelogram law vectors, we discussed addition and subtraction. See, in mathematics you know how to do addition, subtractions. That's the one operation. Similarly, multiplication, division is another operation. Here also in vectors, we are understanding how to do addition and subtraction by using three laws. Now we are going to do next operations, that is multiplication of vectors. These all operations we will apply to solve next concepts of physics. Multiplication of vectors. In this multiplication of vectors, first one already we discussed in the second video or third video. What is that? Multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Because of multiplying a vector by a scalar, vector will be vector. Only thing is magnitude will be changes. A bar multiply with 3, 3 a bar. Now this is 3 a bar. This is a bar length, this is the 3 a bar length. Direction same, only length of the vector is going to change. So because of multiplying a vector by a scalar, magnitude will change but vector will be as it is. Before multiplying it's a vector, after multiplying also it's a vector. So vector, it won't change its nature, only it changing to change its magnitude. So this already we solved. Now the second category of multiplication of vector, that is scalar product, or otherwise one more name, dot product. One more, vector product, or otherwise cross product. Now we are doing multiplication two ways. In second category we are doing two ways. One is scalar product, otherwise scalar product we can call as dot product. Next multiplication, vector product or otherwise cross product. We will see scalar product or dot product. Next we will go for vector product or cross product. Scalar product or otherwise dot product. See, what is the meaning of scalar? Scalar having only magnitude, it is not having direction. Here if you multiply two vectors, answer will be scalar. Two vectors product is scalar, then that product is scalar product. Now before going to explain scalar product, one of the concept already you know in your school level. What is that? I will recall that, and after that I will go for exactly concept of scalar product or dot product. First we will see example. What is the work? It is a product of force and displacement. This displacement is in the direction of force. That is the definition of work. Work is product of force and displacement. This displacement in the direction of force. Force vector, displacement vector. Now work scalar. It is a vector. Displacement also vector. Displacement vector, force vector, work is a scalar. Now multiplying two vectors we are getting scalar. Now this product is scalar product or dot product. Here because of one process or operation, this operation is giving scalar. Now what is that? Scalar product. How can I know? Work is the scalar. Work required only magnitude. It doesn't have any direction and it is not going to satisfy vector laws also. Answer is scalar. Two are multiplying vectors. Here multiplying two vectors, answer scalar. Definitely the product should be scalar product or otherwise dot product. So one of the operation, if it is giving answer scalar, then the product is dot product or otherwise scalar product. Dot meaning itself dot. We are using symbol dot, due to that reason product is calling as dot product. I think you know this example already, you know very well. Now come to our scalar product. How we will write scalar product of two vectors? A bar vector, B bar vector. Angle between two vectors A bar and B bar is theta. Tail of B bar, tail of A bar. Angle between A bar and B bar is theta. Here we are taking small angle between A bar and B bar. This also angle, but it is a 360 minus theta. Now we are taking smaller angle. This angle we are taking. Here, what's the meaning of scalar product? A having two components because it is in 2D. Vector x component. How much? A cos theta. What is the vertical component of A bar? A sin theta. Vector components on either side of the vector. Theta adjacent side is A cos theta, another one is A sin theta. You know that already we discussed so many times. Vector in 2D having two components. One is A cos theta and the one A sin theta. X component is A cos theta and Y component is A sin theta. Here what is scalar product? Here one of the component of A bar, A cos theta, that is in the direction of B bar. Come one again. A bar component A cos theta, that is along second vector direction. Now multiply these two. This multiplication nothing but of dot product. So vector component A cos theta, this is along second vector direction, along this direction. Multiply these two, this product is called dot product. So A B cos theta, A cos theta into B. This is nothing but of A bar dot B bar. What exactly the statement of dot product? Projection, nothing but of falling. Projection of one of the component of vector along the direction of second one. Now the multiplication of these two nothing but of dot product. Once again, projection is nothing but of falling. Here we are projecting A component along B bar direction. Now the multiplication of these two nothing but of dot product. AB cos theta is A bar dot B bar. What is A? A is magnitude of A bar. What is B? Magnitude of B bar. A is magnitude of A bar. B is magnitude of B bar. Now what is the theta? Theta is angle between two vectors. Those are nothing but of A bar and B bar. This is A bar. This is B bar. Two tails joined here. Now theta is angle between A bar and B bar. Now theta is angle between A bar and B bar. Now here we got the clarity. What is the meaning of dot product? A bar dot B bar is equal to AB cos theta. What is the A? Magnitude of A bar. What is the B? Magnitude of B bar. Now one more. I will take one example. Again, to make you clear about scalar product. Force. It's one of the object. This object is moving along horizontal direction. Object is moving along horizontal direction. Here, object is moving along this direction horizontally. Let it is a theta. Force in 2D, horizontal component F cos theta, theta adjacent side F cos theta. This is F sin theta. Vector components, always two sides of vector. So theta, this one is F cos theta, theta other one is F sin theta. Now F sin theta and vertical force is balanced because it's moving only horizontal direction. Why it is moving horizontal direction? Force along only horizontal direction. Vertical forces are balanced. Don't observe vertical forces here because object is moving along horizontal direction. Forget about vertical forces. We should focus on horizontal direction because it's moving along horizontal direction. Now displaced by S, displacement S bar. Now here, what is the work definition? Product of force and displacement. Displacement because of this force, F cos theta into S. We should multiply displacement and force. Which force I should take? Displacement is because of F cos theta. That force we should take it. Force which is giving displacement, that force we should multiply F cos theta into S. Now this is Fs cos theta. What is theta? Angle between force and displacement. This is the displacement. Now force. Angle between F and S is theta. What is F? Magnitude of F bar. What is S? Magnitude of S bar. This is similar to dot product, no? So work definition is, it's a dot product of force and scalar. So exact definition of work is, it is a dot product of force and displacement. Instead of showing Fs cos theta, we are telling this one as F bar dot S bar because we know the definition of dot product. Fs cos theta or otherwise F bar dot S bar is same. So in our school level, work is Fs, but here that's not exactly the correct one. We should always use work as F bar dot S bar. This is the exactly correct one. Now dot product or scalar product A bar B bar theta. Now what is A bar dot B bar? A bar dot B bar is AB cos theta. What is A? Mod A bar. What is B? Mod B bar. Theta is angle between A bar and B bar. A bar dot B bar is equal to AB cos theta. In physics, where we will use this dot product, work is the dot product of force and displacement. Power, it is also dot product of force and velocities. So some physical quantities, those are multiplication of two vectors. Even though those two are multiplication of two vectors, those are not behaving like a vector, it's behaving like a scalar. Those many possible cases we will use dot product. So here I think you understand the definition of A bar dot B bar. Now A bar dot B bar is equal to AB cos theta. Now sometimes they will ask you angle between two vectors. What is the angle between two vectors? Theta. Cos theta is equal to A bar dot B bar by AB. A bar dot B bar by AB. By using this, we can find the angle between A bar and B bar. Now, see, A bar dot A bar. What is the value of A bar dot A bar? What is A bar dot B bar? AB cos theta. In place of B bar, I took A bar. So, A bar dot B bar is mod A bar, mod B bar, cos of angle between these two. Now, here both are equal now. Mod A bar, because AB both are equal. Now, cos of angle between A bar and A bar. A bar. So, this is the A bar. This is also A bar. Same vector. Angle between the same vector 0. These two are equal vectors. A bar both are equal vectors. Angle between two equal vectors 0. Now mod A bar A. Mod A bar A. Angle between same vector is 0. Cos 0. Now this is A square. Now A is equal to under root of A bar dot A bar. A is equal to under root of A bar dot A bar. Otherwise, I can write mod A bar, this one, both are same. Mod A bar is nothing but of A, that is now equate A bar dot A bar. See here, mod A bar is equal to under root of A bar dot A bar. Suppose A bar equal to P bar plus Q bar. Let suppose, can I write here mod P bar plus Q bar, because A bar I am taking P bar plus Q bar, under root P bar plus Q bar dot P bar plus Q bar, A bar dot A bar. Now under root, see here P bar dot P bar, P bar dot P bar plus, see, P bar dot P bar. Next, P bar dot Q bar. P dot with P, P dotted with Q. Next, Q bar dot P bar plus Q bar dot Q bar. Once again, P bar dot P bar. P multiplied two terms, P bar dot P bar, P bar dot Q bar. Q bar dot P bar and Q bar dot Q bar. P bar dot P bar, both are equal, answer A square. Both are equal P square. Both are equal Q square. Now, P bar dot Q bar. What is the value of P bar dot Q bar? Definition of scalar product, PQ cos theta. What is a Q bar dot P bar? QP cos theta. P bar dot Q bar similar to A bar dot B bar. A bar dot B bar is AB cos theta. P bar dot Q bar is PQ cos theta. Theta is angle between PQ. What is Q bar dot P bar? Q bar dot P bar is QP cos theta. Now what is the answer here now? Now mod P bar plus Q bar is under root P square plus Q square PQ cos theta, QP cos theta, both are same. Now 2PQ cos theta. Have you observed this equation anywhere? Yes, parallelogram law vectors. Mod of A bar plus B bar, what is that? Under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Here instead of A bar, B bar, I took P bar and Q bar. Resultant magnitude is under root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Same thing what we derived parallelogram law vectors. The resultant of two vectors is P bar plus Q bar. That resultant vector magnitude is under root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta by using dot product. Without using dot product also, we used parallelogram law vectors, answer same. So by using parallelogram or without using parallelogram, if you use dot product also, answer will be same. So what we discussed today? Today we gone through some of the examples of Lami's theorem. What is Lami's theorem? Three coplanar concurrent forces which are giving object is in equilibrium. Condition for that is P by sin alpha is equal to Q by sin beta is equal to R by sin gamma. So we gone through some of the examples of Lami's theorem. After that we entered into vector operations. Vector operations of two categories. First one, addition or subtraction, that is already completed. Multiplication of vectors two times. First one, multiplication of vector by a scalar, already we know that. Next category, multiplication of vector. One is scalar product and the one vector product. We started scalar product. What is the scalar product? Vector one of the component along the direction of second one. Multiply those two, that multiplication nothing but of scalar product. A bar dot B bar is equal to AB cos theta. A is magnitude of A bar, B is magnitude of B bar, cos of angle. What is the angle? Angle between A bar and B bar. And we gone through one of the example. This is quite similar to parallelogram law vectors. Whichever the concept, parallelogram law vectors or dot product, answer will be same. Thank you. Tomorrow we will continue dot product of vectors.